Good evening. Happy Halloween. I would like to share a ghost story that happened to me 5 years ago, coincidentally on Halloween night. I was working the second shift at my old job, and I got off at 11 p.m., still full of energy. I went for a drive, and I headed down Santiago Canyon off of Chapman, the western entrance, I guess you'd call it. And drove for a while, got down there a ways, turned around, decided to come home. Towards the exit of where I came in, so coming back the other way towards Santiago Road, Chapman, and Jamboree right there, it's kind of this coming out of the more urban area into this kind of canyon, and there's no houses on this section, there's no homes or anything, and I'm driving down the road, and on the right side of the road, coming head on at me, I can see the silhouette of a person, and that part of the road's pretty fast. It's like 55 miles an hour. And as I got closer, it looked, wow, it's an old guy wearing a big flannel shirt, carrying like an old-time like burlap bag in his hand. And as I drove closer, he was kind of like right on the line between the road and the shoulder, and there wasn't a lot of shoulder there. And as I got closer, the road made a slide turn, and the headlights illuminated this guy. And as I saw him close up, I slowed way down. He didn't have a face. It was just like a completely blank face. He was wearing one of those old-timey kind of like red flannel hats that kind of buckle on top, and he's wearing a flannel shirt and like kind of old-looking dungarees. He looked like a ghost from like 100 years ago, and he was just walking down the side of the road. So what I did is I went up about another 100 yards past him, and there was nobody coming, so I just turned around in the middle of the road. And I'm like, what did I just see? And by the time I turned around, we're talking like 10, 15 seconds later, he was already gone. Now, I've gone back to that particular spot, and where it was, the shoulder's a really big drop off. And it's nothing but like, it's a pretty steep embankment and grass. And this old guy just kind of shambling down the side of the road with no face, carrying this burlap bag, wearing like kind of Ed Geinish, old school looking clothing, from like the 1920s or 1930s or something. And I was like, and all of a sudden I thought about it, like I didn't even register at first. The hair stood on my neck as I'm sitting there on the side of the road kind of looking for this guy. And I got really creeped out, and I kind of went home, and I'm like, I think that was a ghost or a residual haunting or something strange going on. Anyway, to this day I have no idea what happened. I've gone back to that spot a bunch of times, and I can't see where he was going. I don't know what was going on. He was walking into the canyon, which it's probably 10 miles to like the nearest residence on the canyon. So unless he was homeless or something, or he was disfigured, or he was wearing some kind of like a white ski mask that blended in, and I just didn't see it right. But then, I turned around in like 15 seconds, and I didn't see anything. Him walking further up the road, I didn't see anything on the side of the road, which was just kind of an open field. Anyway, it was totally bizarre. I got really creeped out, and I would definitely call that some kind of paranormal thing. But I got a good look at him. I could see his ears, so they weren't covered, but his face was just blank, like just smooth, whitish-looking flesh. And I did Google it a while back, and there have been reports all across the United States of faceless men walking on roads. So anyway, I wanted to share that story with you guys. If you look back on my channel, I've got other paranormal stories, more ghost-related stuff. Thank you guys, and stay safe out there, folks.